Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. Looks like formatting has changed on YouTube, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to see your messages and see my camera at the same time. This is going to be interesting. Let's see what happens here. Still trying to play a little bit. Excuse me, guys, while I try to figure out what I'm going to end up doing with this. Okay. All right, let's try that. Okay, so thank you everybody so much for being here. It is 1:52 Mountain Time here in the US on the 3rd of January. Let me get the month right today. And so today we're going to do messages for all signs for the 4th of January. And then also we are going to be doing Reiki. And then after that we will have cards of the day or questions, depending what you prefer, one or the other. Everybody gets one, or at least everybody gets a chance to type one in the chat box, and I'll hit as many of those as I can before I take off. So let's just start with messages, shall we? Aries for January 4th. What do I have showing up for you guys? Aries, I think on January 4th, excuse me, you're going to be taking something out of off the back burner, or maybe even out of the trash can. Some type of idea that you had before that you decided that you just wanted to set it aside, that you didn't count it as being worth anything, is showing up as being important all of a sudden. So now I'm seeing everybody's chat messages finally. Hello, everyone. So let me focus back on Aries again. So some kind of old idea that you had decided maybe it wasn't a very good idea. You are bringing this back to life and you are moving forward with it, Aries, on the 4th. Camilla, hello, hello, Manuela. Aw. Well, I'm not ready to do cards of the day yet, Miss Manuela. That'll be later. Maybe you'll be out of the doctors by then. Love and light, hello, hello. Lashana Trice, hey, hey. La da 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 da. Good week, good week. Yep, yep. John McCroft Baker, hello. Marsha Knowles, good afternoon. Marianne Grant, hello. Let's see, Striving's in the room. Hi, hi. Glad to see you all here. Okay, let me focus again for Taurus. Taurus, I think that on the 4th, you're going to have one of those days where you're really being asked to focus on somebody else, to the point that by the end of the day, you might be thinking to yourself, my life is not all about you. I might like to have a little break from taking care of you right now. That's what I see coming up for you, Tauruses. I don't feel like, by the way, this is from taking care of your kids. I feel like this is from somebody that is old enough to do some things for themselves, just expecting a lot from you. Alice Noble, hello, hello, welcome. I don't know if you've been in here before. Glad to see you here. I went back there one time so far. I'm thinking I might go back today. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how the day pans out. Snowy in Michigan. There's Ms. Ricky. Hey, hey. Let's take a peek at Gemini. Geminis, I'm feeling like on the 4th, there is the potential for some kind of squabble or disagreement with somebody that you care about greatly. Doesn't have to be a romantic partner. I wouldn't take that off the table, but this could be like a family member or a close friend as well. I feel like you just want to pay attention, Gemini, because this other person, the whole reason that you guys might squabble is because this other person, or maybe even you, say something that really comes across not exactly in the way that you really intended it or meant it. And So it's just good to be aware, like if somebody's saying something to you and it's coming across in a funky way and you're kind of like, why would you say that? You may want to question, what did you mean when you said that? Like before you totally lose it, because I think that can actually head off the squabble. And if it's you saying something that's not coming out right, just be careful with your words. Either way, be careful, tread cautiously. You're funny, love and light. Elena Augusto, hello. Virgo Queen, hello. Sylvie, hello. Glad to see all of you in the room. Woohoo. We've got a full house. Those of you who have not shared yet, please share. It's always more fun to get in on a live while it's still live. Let me do Cancers real quick. Cancer for the 4th. Cancers, I feel like you're going to be very focused on something that is creative. I'm actually seeing you, like the vision I'm getting is with you with a paintbrush kind of sticking out of your mouth, like you're doing something and getting ready to do some painting. So whatever you're doing, I think is going to be very creative. And I think you're going to be very focused on it. You know, there's not going to be a lot interrupting your flow, whether it's trying to or not. I don't think you're going to allow that. Okay, so focused on something that's very creative on the 4th for Cancers. Lizzie Baez, hello, hello. S. Sand, hi, hi. Glad to see you all. Leo. Leo, I don't even know why I'm hearing this, but I'm hearing 14 divided by 2 is 7, and times 3. 7 times 3 is 21. I don't know what you guys have going on. Something ridiculously mathematical. Because I can tell you, I normally do not think mathematical equations in my mind. So you are trying to figure something out. That's what I'm hearing. You're trying to put all the details together, add everything up, sum it all up, and then figure out what kind of decision you want to make about something, but you're trying to do it in a very logical way that makes sense. So this could be that you're trying to figure out something about, you know, do you want to take a loan that you've been offered? Are the terms good enough? You know, is there a lease agreement that's working for you? Is there a purchase that you're able to make and you like the terms of the credit that you're getting as you make this purchase? Or is there a purchase you want to make without terms of credit that would actually pay for itself? You know, there's something that you are definitely running the math on, Leos, on the 4th. Thank you, Virgo Queen. Tiffany Jones, hello, hello. Froggy, there she is. Hey, hey. Baez, thank you, thank you. Because I sure didn't know. Did I miss any other comments here? We've got such a full house. Savannah, hello, hello. Glad to see you here. Ooh, lots of great energy in here too. Thank you, guys. Thank you for showing up and bringing your energy with you. Virgos, let's see what we've got for you guys. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Virgos, there's a lot of you Virgos on the 4th that are going to be interacting with other people at a distance. So maybe interacting on the internet, maybe something like Skype or Snapchat or Google Hangout, or I just feel like there's a lot of you Virgos that are going to be interacting with somebody and using like the camera phone version of things. So, you know, this could be communicating with family back home, or this could be, you know, meeting somebody you've been talking to online at match.com or something similar to that. Could manifest, this could actually be like work meetings that are happening as you're working with people or setting up contracts for people who are not in your own city. So that's what I'm seeing for you Virgos, is interactions at a distance online. Does not have to involve camera, but I think a lot of you it will. You're in love. You're always thinking, huh? Love and light. Tammy Bambi. Hello, hello. Glad you're here, honey. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. I actually discovered like a drawer full of these that I had forgotten about a couple of days ago. And I was like, I'm going to start wearing my bandanas again. Oh, I'm sorry, Froggy. I don't remember what your prediction was, but I'm sorry that it made it a rough day at work. Yeah, it could be FaceTime. See, there's lots of technology out there that I don't know so much about. But anyway. Lizzie, what did you say? Baez. Lizzie Baez. I know, I missed you too. I was thinking that when you walked in today. Aw, thank you, Striving. Okay, so Libra. What do we have coming in for you guys? Libra, I feel like on the 4th, you're going to be making this day all about you, at least the parts that are not already committed to somebody else. So if you're working on the 4th, like when you're not working, you may be doing something to pamper yourself, or you may be just straight up resting. Maybe you just want to come home and go straight to bed and watch movies and eat popcorn in bed. I don't know. But it just comes off to me as this is going to be a day that's about you. For others of you, it isn't so much about pampering yourself or relaxing as much as it's about, taking care of things that you actually need to do, to the point that if other people are asking you to do something, you're saying to them, you know what? I have to take time to do these things for myself because it's coming into crunch time or whatever reason that is. So this is going to be a day that you're really focusing on either rejuvenating yourself or taking care of things that you should be taking care of for yourself. So that's Libra. Uh-oh, Manuela is waiting for me. Thank you. Mind over matter. Tomorrow sounds nice. Cool, cool. Remind me which sign you are, Carla? She's going to be upset if she misses me today. She missed me yesterday, and she called me to say that she was sorry, so, which was completely above what was necessary. Mm. Okay, so you're liking it being all about you. You may be setting some boundaries. Alrighty, Scorpios, let's look at us. Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpios, I don't know what we're doing tomorrow, but we better mark the day on the calendar. That's what I'm hearing, is that we better record this day. We better mark it on the calendar because we're going to be doing something completely different than what we've done before. People are going to be wondering if hell has frozen over. I kind of have an inkling or a guess about what I think that might be for me, but I'm not exactly sure. It makes me a little nervous and a little excited at the same time. It does feel like whatever it is positive, but I think it's going to be a big change. Okay, cool, Lizzie. Thank you. Not time yet, LaShawn. First, we're going to do Reiki. But first, we got to finish messages. So right on for you, Camila. Cool. April S. Hello, hello. Welcome. I don't know if I've seen you in here before, so we're glad to have you, whether you've been here before or not. Oh my God, Froggy. I was thinking maybe I would get a call from the old guy and I would be like, shove off. Now I'm really tripping out. What if you're right? April S. Right now I'm doing messages for every sign. So I've done everybody up to Sagittarius so far. So if you're a Sagittarius, Capricorn, or Aquarius or Pisces, then your message is still upcoming. Gotcha, April. I see. Cool. Glad you're here. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I think that you are going to be doing something that is calming on the 4th. And I think you're going to be intentionally doing something that is calming. You may be trying to meditate. I feel like some of you have been dealing with a little bit of a case of the blues and you're kind of tired of walking around in those same old thoughts and those same old bleh kind of emotions. And so I really feel like Sagittarius, you're going to be doing some meditation to get yourself into a place that is more calm and more satisfying, and maybe even might have some tinges of happiness. And I think for some of you Sagittarians, this is not like going to be a one-day thing. I think that this is going to be an ongoing practice that you do. And I hope it is, because if you are dealing with something like the case of the blues, the ongoing practice is really good, because you make steady progress every day. So good for you for doing something about it, Sag. Right, Lizzie? Yeah, I think you can scroll back too, April. The way I understand it, we have like a TiVo type of things where you can scroll back if you want. Uh-oh, Carla. I don't hate anybody. I have been in those places where all I could ask about was relationships before too. We're all human. Those of you who have not shared, please go ahead and share. I think we're at a record number of people in the room right now, 22 all at once. This is fantastic. We do have 3 more signs for me to do messages for, and after that, we're going to do Reiki. I do like to have as many people in here for live Reiki in case they have questions that they can ask me while I'm here. So those of you who have not shared, please be kind enough to do so. I really do appreciate it. Capricorn. Na 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 na. Capricorn, I think you're going to be worker bees on the 4th. And I think that you're going to be in cooperation with other people. This feels like there's a group that you're working with. I actually kind of had like memories of this song my mom used to sing me when I was a little girl. I don't know if I remember all the words, but it talked about the ants and how hardworking they were and how they worked together and all of this stuff. So I feel like there's going to be a group of you all working together, not a group of Capricorns, but a lot of Capricorns will be in a group getting some things accomplished together with other people. Maybe even, for some of you, I'm sure, but probably not for all of you, I think what you're going to be working on is some kind of charity thing where you're working with a group of people to, I don't know, maybe put together a meal at a soup kitchen type of place, or getting things ready to be distributed to less fortunate families, or something along those lines. This is coming through with strong charitable overtones for a lot of you Capricorns. Like I said, I don't think that's for all of you, but I do feel like for the majority of you, you are going to be working together in a group with other people to get something accomplished, and I think you're going to feel good about what it is y'all are getting accomplished as a group. We're almost there, Froggy. Aquarius. How come you're needing it? Emotional, physical, what? Just generally. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. If you care to share that, you don't have to. Aquarius, I feel like you're trying to get organized on the 4th. You're trying to put everything in its little box and cubby hole, trying to get things together to where they can be found easily, even by other people. Not just that you can find it easily because you know where you left it last time you used it. So you're trying to get everything in its place on the 4th, Aquarius. No, I don't do weeklies anymore, Carla. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. The weeklies were boring me. These are so much more exciting because there's real people here to talk to. You're doing that right now. Okay, so Pisces, what do we have coming in for you guys? Okay, Pisces, you're just getting a full-on reading here because I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stones that want to talk to you. I don't know why everybody wants to talk to one sign. And this one. And this guy. Just so I don't leave anybody out, we'll move them all up here. Oh, gotcha, Froggy. Okay, so Pisces, let's just start with the Labradorite for you guys. See what the Labby has to say. Pisces, I feel like somebody is trying to improve you or clean you up, make you look good. And what I'm hearing you saying, I'm saying, you're saying, don't clean me up. I am just fine the way that I am. Okay, so that's the first message for you, Pisces, for the 4th. Let's see what all Obsidian has to say here. You're Snow White in your own eyes, Pisces. In other words, you don't need to be cleaned. Like, why can't they accept you the way that you are? Let's see about calcite. Pisces, you're getting so fed up. This is, I guess we're all going to be on the same theme here, but I feel like you're getting so fed up with this idea that you needed to be changed or you needed to be cleaned up that you're just kind of thinking to yourself, you know what? I'll show you somebody who needs to be cleaned up. You want to keep this trip going? Yeah. All right, so this is turning into a fun message, although I don't know where it's going to lead you guys, Pisces, once you're done with it, but let's see what else we have for Pisces. So Pisces, you are a water sign. I do feel like your intuition is really strong, and I feel like you recognize your own strengths and your own abilities. You recognize your own value, whether other people do or not, and your intuition is backing you up. So I feel like you're going to be pretty strong with this. Now, this does have to do with heart chakra. So I think the idea that this other person wants you to clean up or wants you to be cleaned up in whatever way that is, like if you don't wear nice enough clothes or whatever, I think that you're feeling like, you know what? Yeah, I think that this is kind of hurting the heart for you. And I think that what's going on is you're getting mad. You're getting angry about it. And you're getting some strength because you know that it's baloney. All right, final message here for Pisces. So Spirit is giving advice in this card, and it's just like, shake it off. Don't let what people say stick to you. You know, don't let their opinions stick to you. Just shake it off because you are exactly who you need to be. It's going to be really easy for you to have anger that grows inside of you with this situation, my Pisces friends. And when we hold on to that type of anger, it's really, 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 really bad for us. So please, whatever you do, shake this off. Don't hold it to you. Okay? This is not the kind of things that we want to keep inside. So shake it off, let it go. The person's silly or an idiot or whatever word you want to attach to them, and let yourself realize that and just move forward. Okay? All right, so that was Pisces. I got to catch up with my chat because the stones love you and you love them. That could be why. You're getting clutter out of your house, Tammy. That's cool. Pisces strength. That's right, Sylvie. Exactly. Good thing you like yourself. Okay, so let's do some Reiki, guys. That's all of our signs. So we're going to do Reiki. 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and get that started in a second. So I do Reiki for the highest and best intention of anybody who is watching. So if you guys have something specific that you want the Reiki to focus on, all you have to do is ask the Reiki to focus on that instead for you. It's as simple as saying, Reiki, could you please help me with pain in my back or whatever it is? Okay, you don't even have to say it out loud. And for those of you who are watching after this video is done being broadcast live, then know that you can receive the Reiki just as easily just by setting the intention to receive it. For those of you who are here, if you have any questions about the Reiki or anything that you're feeling or sensing as the Reiki is being sent, feel free to ask those. That's exactly why I like it when you guys are here and at the same time that I'm doing this so that I can answer whatever questions you might happen to have. Okay, so let me get us started here. Here we go. So we're going to do this till 21 after the hour. You're quite welcome, Alice. I've got a noticeable amount of energy going like everywhere, but I'm noticing a concentration going to someone's upper shoulders. Not sure if I'm going to sneeze or not. Going to somebody's upper shoulders and maybe even like the bottom of their neck. Maybe that's where somebody carries some stress. I'm also noticing base chakra. Base chakra has to do with things that make us feel secure, family, work, financial situation, yada, yada. And whenever I feel energy around a certain area, then if you're also feeling energy around that certain area too, then that's where you can expect some kind of energetic shift and things to improve. Some of you may not really feel anything, and that's okay. Don't worry, the Reiki's still doing its thing with you. We just don't know exactly what it's doing with you, and that's all right. It's affecting your whole back. Cool, cool. Tammy asked me that after we get into free for all questions. Right now, we're just not there yet, honey. And what I'm going to do this time, guys, I have my alarm set so that whenever my alarm goes off, then I'll know it's time to leave. And until then, I'll just do everybody gets either a card of the day or a question. And so I'll handle as many of those as I can before the alarm goes off. Or if I actually get you all covered before that, which is highly unlikely. I hear you striving. No, I know what you meant, Ricky. A lot of times we have a problem in one part of our body that does affect the parts around. So like I was working on a guy on my table the other day, and both of his knees were taking a lot of energy. And I said, "What happened to your knees, dude?" And he said, "Well, I had to have surgery on one. It's a sports injury." I said, "Well, your other one's really taking a lot too." I said, "I think this other one must have compensated a lot for the one that got surgeries." And he said, "Yeah, he was actually like hurting from that one too." So a lot of times if we have a physical problem somewhere in our body, then something surrounding or coordinating starts trying to pick up the slack, and it's more than it's used to. So it affects. You're feeling clearing in your third eye. Awesome. By the way, welcome, Lena. I didn't see you say hello, so we're glad you're here. One more minute of Reiki, guys. We've got base chakra, upper thighs again today. Sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart chakra. You guys are being really laid back with the energy today, too. Usually you guys take it out with an intensity. Today you guys are just being real relaxed about it. I kind of don't know what to think about that. Okay, so that's 5 minutes of Reiki. Let's shut that down. So now it's time for either a question or a card of the day. If you want a card of the day, just put COD or card of the day up in the chat window. If you have a question you'd like me to look at, type in that question. I do want a specific question. Don't put general stuff there, but an actual very specific question. This is just a little short amount of time. I'm trying to handle as many as I can, so specific is good in here. I don't have time to look at general stuff for 2 hours for anybody. That's funny, Ricky. Question for LaShawn. What am I truly passionate about that will help me to make more money? If my question is confusing, then I will take a COD. Well, what I'm going to give you, LaShawn, is going to be a really general answer with the tarot, probably, let's say. My personal belief is anything that you're truly passionate about, you can make money with. But let's see. Let's see what comes up on the cards. It took me till I was 41 to find my passion and start really going with it. Before that, I almost became a photographer and I almost became a violinist. I'm glad I ended up here. LaShawn Trace, what do we have? Okay, so LaShawn, you have some interesting stuff coming up here. You're still building up to that one thing, okay? It's interesting because the first thing that comes up is the Magician in reverse, which tells me you're frustrated with not being at your destination point yet. Really, you know, it's a lot of fun to get there too. We've got the Ten of Wands. This is like there's no responsibility right now for you. And then we have the Death card. So the Death talks about major transformation or change. So right now, LaShawn, I don't think you even have a clue what that passion is. I think you're still on your way. And I honestly don't think that's a bad thing. It's funny that it comes up this way and that I was just saying it took me till I was 41 to find my thing. Because this is really telling me that everything that you're doing right now is building up to making you capable to take that thing once you find it, that you can really grab onto and work with it. So I know that was certainly true for me. Like I was with my husband in a semi truck for several years. And so I did a lot of customer service at big plants and interacting with people and with dispatchers and figuring things out. As far as that goes. And then I did a lot of sales work, which definitely helps me whenever I'm presenting. You know, I'm not shy about being on camera and being in front of people, that type of stuff. So you're still in that point where you're still building in all those little skills that are going to help you once you get to that point where you actually find your specialty. And I think that your specialty is definitely going to be something that has to do with the occult or the arcane. But you're still building skills right now. Camilla Fontes. Poking on the left side of your low belly. Low belly. That's going to be in your sacral chakra, Camilla. So if you don't have something medical going on there, then that's going to be talking about how things feel to you. Like how enjoyable is nighttime pleasure under the covers? How good does food taste to you? How good does clothing feel on your body? What kind of aromas smell good to you? You're going to have some shifts around there where things are going to be easier to appreciate for you, is what I'm going to say, if you don't have a medical issue that's being taken care of. Tony S., welcome back. Okay, so you want to know if it's for the highest good of you and Anna? Let's see. That's an interestingly worded question. I'm going to go with it the way you've worded it and see what comes up. Is it for the highest good of Tony and Anna to help her with her serious illness in a metaphysical way? Honey, I really don't see that it is. And I'm really not sure why, because why wouldn't you? But The only thing that I can think is that she's not really on board and she's not giving permission for that kind of help. Maybe she doesn't trust it or know what it is, and so she's not ready to receive that kind of help. But this is a solid no. I can't even say that this is a tie. The answer here is no, much to my surprise. Card of the day for S. Sand. Cray 87. Hello, hello. Glad to see you here. I didn't see you say hi. You snuck in on me. S. Sand for a card of the day. Okay, S. Sand, what you have shown up here is the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords just says that sometime within the past 24 hours probably, and if not, then the next 24 hours, you've been feeling kind of stressed out about something. And I guess I shouldn't say kind of. This is extreme stress. Like you could be losing sleep. You may be having a hard time focusing on everyday tasks and everyday life. So there's something that you're really stressing out about. The other thing to know about this card that is really important, as Sands, is that when you have the Nine of Swords like that, whatever it is you're stressing out about, you really don't have control over it. So this could be like somebody stressing out because they just found out that their friend has cancer, or somebody stressing out because they just found out that the company where they're working is closing its stores or something like that. You know, it's something that you just really don't have any control over. So the real key here, because our bodies are not designed to carry this type of stress, the key is to do whatever we can to help the situation, if there's anything for us to do at all, and then let it go. Okay? It's the best that you can do with this S. Sand. Crate 87 needs a card of the day. I need to start highlighting y'all's names so I don't forget where I am. Crate 87. Card of the day for you, my dear, we have Judgment in reverse. I think you're making a huge metamorphosis right now, Cray, and that metamorphosis does have to do with an ending that you've been involved in. I want to say that you've probably brought about. If you haven't actually brought this ending about, I think that there's definitely a good part of you that realizes that this ending needed to happen anyway, even if you may not have been the one that actually initiated the ending. And so I think that because of this ending, you're doing some major metamorphosis at a deep, deep level. So that's for Crate 87. I hope that makes sense for you. Ricky Jorgensen, we're going to do the Lenormand for you, my dear. La da 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 da. House card for Ricky. Ooh, baby, baby. You got the heart. I hope we have a good card for the cover card. You know, sometimes I just want to cuss on these videos. You got the cross as your cover card. Okay. So when you have the cross and the heart talks about situations around love, and the cross talks about either spirituality or burdens. So the first thing that my mind went to when I saw this cross is a burden. So to me, there's something going on with somebody that you care about deeply, aka love, that is really, this is a hard time for you. This is a hard situation. So this could be, you know, something like somebody that you want to come back that's not coming back right now, or this could be something going on like with a family member where they're not feeling good and it's really hard for you to watch them not feeling good, something like that. So my apologies, Ricky, because that's not the easiest message to hear about, but that's what came up. Tammy Bambi. She says, I know my husband is coming back, but is it going to last? Now we're getting to some nitty gritty. Nitty gritty for Tammy Bambi. Will it last when Mr. Man comes back? I don't see it lasting actually very long at all, honey. The reason I say that is because the first card out of the gate is the Justice card. Justice card has a lot to do with things coming to an end, maybe even legal proceedings. So to me, this says that when he comes back, he may come back to say that he wants to end it, or shortly after he comes back, like within, I would say, this is always my eminent card when it comes up out the gate. So this would be eminently after he comes back. So within 3 days of him coming back, he may be saying to you, you know what, I want to file paperwork and I want to be done with this. I do think he's going to be, I think he has an idea where he wants to live. So he may not come back to actually live with you. He may come back to just have some of those serious discussions with you about what needs to happen next. Unfortunately, I have the Chariot card in reverse. To me, this talks about a marriage coming off the rails. So this kind of just adds to or verifies with that Justice card. And then we've got an Eight of Wands in reverse, talks about major slowdown of communication, probably not a stoppage. I don't have a Queen of Swords in reverse, which talks about stopping communication, but maybe a slowdown. Interestingly enough, though, at the end of the spread is like a glimmer of good news, not so much for the marriage, but for you personally, Tammy. What you have here is the Princess of Wands, and I'm just feeling like this, actually, all this information, whenever he gives this to you, is going to set you free. Of course, the truth sets you free, but this is a different type of, I feel like this has been a burden, like wondering what's going to happen has been a burden on your heart so long that just knowing is a relief, and it allows you to start to get back to your old, happy, cheerful, outgoing personality again. Because I think that has been impacted by whatever's been going on between the two of you before that. So I'm sorry, that's not the message that I would like to give you, but if I don't give a message accurately, why should Spirit trust me with the next message? So there we go. All right, let's see who's next. Okay, Carla Burrell, how will Michael start to show his interest in me again when we reconnect? I think I'm going to look at Lenormand for this because they get more specific than the tarot. Let's just take a peek, see what we see. I'm not sure how many cards I want here. I guess I'll see what this says. I think you guys are going to have some new conversations that start to happen. Yeah, there's going to be new verbal conversations whenever you guys have your new beginning. I think also that this is going to happen in the evening. We've got the moon coming up here, and I think that that's going to be followed up with, you're going to laugh, Carla. It's going to be followed up with some cheesy cowardice is what it's going to be followed up with. I think there's going to be messages or emails that are going to be having like good ideas for you. Or research. I mean, if Michael is the person that I'm thinking of before from the gym, he may be sending you emails or texts about different things you can do to train better. If it's not him, then this will be something else, but it has to do with like educating you. So he won't be like, he'll be reaching out and connecting, but he won't really be expressing feelings in the emails or the text messages. I do think there are some verbal conversations where you can tell a little bit more that he's interested in you than that, because this other stuff feels like he's kind of like hiding behind officialdom, if you know what I mean, Carla. Okay, so Gemma needs a card of the day. You're quite welcome for the Reiki Virgo Queen. Let's see, card of the day for Gemma. Oh, Gemma, you've got the Three of Swords. This just tells me that something's happened that has really hurt your heart. This can be anything from a betrayal by a significant other all the way down to seeing something on the news that just made you go, oh my God. So you're going to know, you'll recognize it when it happens if it hasn't already. You're going to recognize it if it has already. but something coming up that just makes you feel bad in the heart. That's for Gemma. And guys, I can't see your responses. I am so far behind on conversation. I'll read all your responses probably after I shut the video down, but thank you for letting me know anyway if these make sense to you or not, because I do read those. Striving is up next. Card of the day for striving. Okay, so striving, what we have for you is Seven of Arrows. This is one of my lesser favorite cards too. How do you guys do that? 2 in a row of my lesser favorite cards. 3 of Swords and 7 of Arrows. 7 of Arrows in this deck, to me, talks about insecurities, where the 7 of Arrows talks about people not telling the truth in another deck. This is completely different. This is all about our own insecurities. This is about us projecting things like, you know, some things happened in the past that were really ugly, and now we've got a sort of similar situation that looks like it's shaping up right now, and so we're kind of filling in the blanks that this is going to be a repeat of what happened from the past. And so it's making us insecure because, you know, we're worried about that. This is what this card is talking about, striving. Lena would like some fish. She wants a cod. She wants a card of the day. So this is going to be Lena's card of the day. All right, Ms. Lena, what we have for you, my dear, is Judgment in reverse. This just tells me that either within the past 24 hours or within the next 24 hours, you either have or you will be doing something without planning it. So if normally you're a plan girl, this would be like out of the normal for you. But if you are kind of a spur of the moment type of person, then this would fit like every day. But basically, you're going to be doing something without planning it, Miss Lena. Virgo Queen, you're quite welcome. Marcia Knowles wants a card of the day, and as I was shuffling, her card actually already popped right out. See what it is. Ooh, I like your card, Marcia. Good, good. We have a good card. Queen of Wands, Ms. Marcia. I like it. This just talks about actually feeling good, feeling better, feeling good emotionally, connecting with nature as well. Look at all the little critters here in the tree. She's playing a harp that I think actually is part of the tree, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's kind of built, the strings are kind of attached to the tree. So this tells me, Ms. Marcia, that there's a good possibility that you either have or that you will be getting out and around nature, and that's making you feel cheerful and happy, or at least more cheerful and more happy. Alrighty, so Virgo Queen wants to know, will Bill move things forward? Let's find out. Billy, 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 can she bake a cherry pie, Billy boy? Will Bill move things forward? You got a mixed bag here, Virgo Queen. The first thing is the Prince of Pentacles in reverse, which talks about not anytime soon. There's definitely some delays here. The Prince of Pentacles is like the slowest moving prince that there is anyway in the deck, and when he's in reverse, man, it's like somebody shot his horse or something. He's not really moving forward at all. I see him really a lot in his head, thinking about moving things forward. I think he's looking at these cards. I would say he's probably going to keep things the same way that they are and that they have been for a while. I don't see him moving things forward. I'm going to say anytime within the next 3 months at least. He's all in his head. He's thinking about it, but it's all in his head. He's not taking any action. And I don't feel like he's made a decision. I think he's still considering. He's on the considering loop. He hasn't figured out how to get off of that loop and just make the decision. Okay. What is Bill feeling? Too specific? It's not too specific, but what I will tell you, Virgo Queen, about feelings is that they are very transitory. So what I would find about somebody's feelings today in 20 minutes might be completely different. So I usually don't recommend a question like that in a reading unless there's some reason to really know that in the moment. LaShawn Trice. Oh, thank you. A card for Froggy because she can't decide which question. Let's find out. Spirit message for Froggy. Let's do a little 3-card message and see if this will answer either one of your questions or both of them. Well, all this just says is really that you're confused. Basically, I don't know that this answers anything. The first thing that I have coming up talks to me about some kind of goal that you want to manifest, some kind of goal or some kind of dream that is a big one that you're shooting for. Okay, so this could be the sale of the home. That's what I'm really feeling, is that it has to do with the sale of the house. The next card that comes up talks about frustration around that sale. So obviously there's issues happening that are, you know, keeping things from moving forward. And then this just says 3 of Bows in reverse. You know, this says that you're looking for the best solution here. That's what it says. Really doesn't give you any answers. Sorry. That would be something that you could always do, like a 1-question reading, Froggy, if you wanted. Sorry that didn't really answer anything for you. B-Day Rush, hello, hello, welcome. Glad to see you in the room. Lena, I think I already pulled a card for you, didn't I? Pretty sure I saw your name and did something for you here. Yeah, we did a COD. So you only get either a card of the day or a question because I want to help as many people as I possibly can. You're quite welcome, LaShawn. You're quite welcome, Love and Light. La da da. Will your aromatherapy and massage business take off and be a success? Just a few months ago. Yeah, it's always scary in the beginning, isn't it? I remember when I started doing this full time, I used to have an affirmation that I walked around saying basically all of my waking minutes. I stole it from a Bob Proctor video. I used to walk around saying, I am so happy and grateful now because money comes to me in ever-increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Do you know I said that the first day for like 45 minutes straight while I was driving somewhere? Somebody called me and requested the first ever 1-hour reading from me. I had never done one before. Nobody had ever requested that. And she wanted to know, she said, I want a 1-hour reading and I want to know how much it is. And I said, well, that's $200, just like people bought 1-hour readings every day from me. And she says, okay, when can we do this? I almost fell out of my car. But I know that was because of that affirmation. Okay, so the first thing I'm looking at, I'm just looking at like the next 3 months for you for B-Day Rush. You've got some issues definitely coming up. The first card talks about like this month you may be losing money instead of making money. The next month you actually have the devil coming up. So you've got some major obstacles to deal with, some major fears to confront. But the third month, you have the Hangman reversed or the Hangman released, which basically means by then you've done some meditation, you've done some thought, you have some ideas about how to make this pick up. So you probably are doing some different types of promotion, getting your name out there some other way. Maybe you have some different products. I want to look at the next 3 months for you too and see. You definitely have something new that you're putting out there. You've got the Fool coming up. The Fool is a whole new beginning. You may be even like changing location if you're not just changing like how you do your promotions. But I kind of think you're going to be taking your stuff on the road. You may be getting out to fairs, bazaars, things like that, because I have a card that talks about being away from home temporarily. So you could be going to like craft shows, or I don't even know where all you would take aromatherapies. Maybe you're even doing home parties, kind of like Tupperware parties. I don't know. But I feel like you're taking your product out on the road to make sure that it gets in front of more people. Okay. So then once we get, that's month 5. Once we get into month 6, we've got the Magician in reverse, which kind of tells me that you're coming into a frustrating place of not feeling like you're really manifesting like you want to. I have this sense that what's going on here is you're not feeling so good, like your energy levels are kind of low once we get 6 months out. I don't so much have the idea that it's so much the business as much as it's just you're not able to really do the things you would normally do to push that. So it looks to me like once you get into month 3, things definitely starting to loosen up. Month 4, month 5, those are good. I think if you can get your health back to where you feel great and you get your energy level back after month 6, I mean, you're trending as getting better and better. So that was B-Day Rush. Marianne Grant. No, that was Marianne Grant, excuse me. So Love and Light needs a card of the day. Love and Light. Glad to see you here, by the way. Card of the day for Love and Light. You're quite welcome, Tony S. Love and Light's card of the day. Woohoo, baby. Knight of Cups, some kind of romantic action. So this can be action that you're taking with your hubby or whatever and doing something that's romantic together, something that's a little bit more pampering than what would be every day. But it doesn't even have to be with that other person. This can be you pampering yourself just as easily. So something that's coming along where you're pampering yourself, or else where you're with a romantic partner and or romantic interest and enjoying each other's company as you have like dinner, or maybe, you know, some time at the spa, or maybe you go to the hot springs or whatever, some kind of, you know, maybe you just take a romantic walk down by the, I don't know, outside somewhere on the trail. Yep, that's where I'm going to leave that. La da 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 da. All right. Carla Alley, welcome. Glad to see you here. Winter class at Macomb Community. That's not a question. A noun at a noun. Where is the question? Should I take a winter class at Macomb Community? Will there be a class at Macomb Community? Is that good for me? Is that good for my daughter? Is that good for my mom? This is not a question. I need you to ask me a question. Camilla, I'm waiting to receive a letter notification of legal work mediation with day and time to show up and get resolved. I wonder if there is any news on this regard. Okay. All right, this is going to be our last question here. Camila, what does she need to know about the letter or notification of legal work mediation? What does she need to know about this letter that she's expecting? Any news she needs to know? I don't think you're going to get a whole lot of information out of that letter. The first thing that comes up is the Princess of Swords, but she's in reverse. So this letter is going to be like very general. It's not even going to say like what these people are expecting to talk about or what they're expecting to push for or pursue or anything like that. I do think also that there is the idea of this of not being competition. So maybe if there was competition for you with whatever this is that's going on, this is not going to be a mediation with the competition involved. They're not going to be a part of this. That's the next thing that I see. And then the last thing that I see, Camila, I think this is you. I just don't think that you're going to be very happy with this letter. I'm actually getting the impression that the time and the place are not exactly thrilling to you. You may have to rearrange some things. And this is, I just have a feeling that this is not going to be a convenient time for you at all. And so that's going to be something, I don't feel like it's something that can be changed. So it's going to require your schedule being changed. And I'm thinking that that's just really going to be bad news for you as far as getting that changed. Okay, so that is that. Everybody, thank you so much for stopping by and for hanging out with me and keeping me on my toes. I really do enjoy reading, period. So I like to give you the cards of the day and I like to answer the questions. So thank you so much. Obviously, I would love to do longer readings with you where we can really get into detail about things. If you would like a reading, or if you would like a full Reiki session where you have 1 hour of Reiki energy being focused only on you, either one of those I do offer. So just get a hold of me. You can find my contact information on my website. My website address is www.amista.info, I-N-F-O. Everybody, thank you once again. Have a fantastic and wonderful day.